Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today on BeamNG Drive, going to be, well, playing around with an absolutely fantastic mod. We're doing one specific part of this mod, but the map that I've got here is incredible. This is the motorsport park that has, I mean, everything, literally everything you could want, from sort of go-karty tracks to rallycross circuits to some big full circuits. You've got a big super speedway, you've got some dirt ovals, you've got off-roading, hell, you've even got like a Monster Jam kind of style racing jumpy thing over here. I don't even know what this is. What have we got over here? I guess it's also kind of a rock crawly racy Monster Jam. It's ridiculous. This is incredibly well made, this map, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing plenty of it in the future. I don't even know what this is. Just some rumble strips to have crashes on? Probably. Ooh, wavy road. That could be fun. I'm going to get random ideas for future videos in this one. I mean, that's a good sign. You know, you got figure of eights. You've got, what have we got over here? A smaller, quite steeply banked oval, and then an even smaller oval inside it, and then we've got some more dirt shenanigans in the middle. There's so much stuff here. Honestly, you could spend an hour and still be finding new bits and pieces to be doing, which is, you know, good. At the end of the day, it's definitely what you want from a map. There's even some rings if you want to go try flying a plane around and going through there. I think it's off-road trails. Is off-road trails? I'm going to speed up the camera to try and get across here. Oh, no, we just got a little bit. I think there are some off-road trails somewhere. I'm not sure where they are. There's so much going on that, yeah, there probably is some pretty serious off-roading available, etc. You even got bits for boats as well, because, you know, boats are barely used on the game. I don't know if there's anything car-related out over this way. Possibly not. But anyway, this is a fantastic map. But we're going to be doing something silly to start off with around here. I am going to be doing a vehicle long jump. I'm going to take a selection of cars and we're going to see what can jump the furthest. And there are bonus points if anything somehow amazingly manages to survive it. I'm not sure much is. We're going to use this. Oh, my Covet doesn't have any brakes. Oh, there are legit no brakes in this. That's a problem. Okay, well, we're going to be mostly using this red line for for the start. The Covet's close enough. Yeah, apparently the brakes don't work in this. We're going to be using, generally speaking, the faster spec of vehicles for this because, well, we want to see some cars fly. At the end of the day, the important thing is how well are these vehicles going to fly. So if they can magically drive away from it, it'll be a bonus, but we're going to see how well the vehicles can fly. Now, I'll have the 3 attempt. It's going to be where the vehicle comes to a rest, mostly because I can't really track where it hits first. So if it carts and... the actually won't matter on this one. I have to grab the brakes as soon as it lands. If it bounces and cartwheels, because it's very difficult for me to keep track of and mark off where they land. It's just where the carcass comes to a rest. Get 3 attempts for it to land on the sort of a landing strip here. Now, I missed a shift, so if I feel like I butchered up the start slightly, we'll have another go on this one. I don't think we could do much more with the Covet, to be honest. It was a pretty good flip, but yeah, I can kind of, at my discretion, maybe have another run if anything weird happens on it. We're going to have a lot of nose-first impacts into the ground here. It's just how it's going to be. Covet, we will be... Ooh, actually got a slight twist on the ramp there. Not quite sure why it got a twist on that one. It is, I think it's about the same, pretty much the same, and that's, I think, to kind of be expected, of course. Is there any life left in the car? I'm going to go with a solid not a chance. I mean, it's front engine, front wheel drive, and it landed heavily on the nose. That is not likely to be carrying on, but there we go. So that is going to be our benchmark. We're at the 160 metre line. I presume they're in meters, not actually sure. Whatever it is, we're going to say 160 meters. That is going to be the distance to beat. We have something more extreme next. We've got the Terrier hill climb car. Now, one of the interesting things that we might see with this is some aerodynamics playing a part. Cars with big wings, diffusers, splitters, all of that sort of thing. How that's going to affect a vehicle in the air, I don't know. Whether it's going to twist and flip around more. This is going much quicker as it hits the jump. We're at 150. We're going to soar Covert somewhere down there. We are soaring well over the distance. I wouldn't be too worried about the car leaking or running out of oil while it's in the air. It's smashed to pieces on landing. Nothing works. Literally, everything is broken. From the engine, the drive shafts, the front wheel fell off. I mean, that's actually pretty good going. We smashed into the ground. We stayed in the landing zone, which is what we needed to do. We smashed into the ground somewhere about here-ish, I think, maybe even a little earlier. But it actually flipped and twisted its way quite nicely, which is good. That is actually very good. I'm not going to reset that one, because we might not get as lucky with the roll. It could easily bounce off the side or ping either way. I will take that one. I will take that. So yeah, we've definitely got a new leader, as you can see. Decent way ahead of the Covert. The next contender down here is a van. It's called the Yellow Jacket. I don't think I've ever driven this configuration in the game, but it has nitrous as an option, which, yes, I want to be armed. I mean, I don't know what engine it's got in it. I'm expecting it to be powerful, this thing. I say that. It's actually not as rapid. Oh! Problem! The engine's blowing. I wasn't even bouncing it off the limiter. It's just exploded. I guess that's a foul. Let's try again. Okay, I guess I can't go. The engine just overtalks itself to death. There is a small issue with my mad van. Maybe the nitro's too much. Maybe we run it without nitro. This doesn't work. Okay. Here we go. No, it still seems to over-talk. I mean, I guess I can go really carefully with this. Nope. Well, it's not made it to the ramp. An idea, this was good, I thought. Why is it blow? I guess there's something in the config or some update somewhere along the line has changed how a bit works, so now the engine just blows up. Yeah. That's not worked, has it? That's a terrible disappointment. Look, I'm not going to give up until we've seen a van fly, so we've got the street-tuned version now, called the Curiosity Caravan. Amazing. We all know what it's supposed to be. Oops, that was a bit of a false start there. I thought it was in neutral. It wasn't. We will launch it. It's probably not got the same crazy level of power as the Yellow Jacket, but it might actually make it down the run and hit the jump and do that, whereas the Yellow Jacket flopped pretty much. Here we go. We're doing 100 miles an hour as we hit the ramp. We are going to fly through the air a bit like a brick. We are going about the same distance as the... Actually, no, we're going to jump further than the Covert. We will get the vehicle stopped on the landing. I think that's pretty good, actually. It landed nicely. We're just shy of the 200-meter mark in this one. I mean, yeah, it's not got as much power. The engine doesn't instantly detonate, though, so that is progress. It beats the Covert. Kind of surprised. I thought the Covert was going a similar-ish short speed when it hit that jump. So that is a good... that is a good showing for the van. It's not completely terrible at being flung off of a jump. We have something monstrously fast for this next attempt. It's an I-Series, but a heavily, heavily modified one. This should fly. This should really, really fly. Whether it can beat the Cherry, thing, I'm not sure. It's gonna be up there, I think. Unless it has any weird, like, twisting on the ramp or anything like that. It's all-wheel drive, so it's got the traction for the launch. It will blast down the runway. I mean, I don't actually know what the speed Cherry was doing when it took off. This isn't going as far. I mean, it's going quickly. It's going to be quicker than the van. The van left the ramp at about 100 miles an hour. I was expecting this to be faster. Oh, we're going straight up. That's new. We are off course a little bit here. We are going to smack. Oh, we are going to continue along. Okay, it's actually cartwheeled nicely for the vehicle. The engine's broken. It is not going to be going any further than that. I thought we were about to see our first vehicle fall off of the run, but no, it actually rolled nicely. Again, I'm happy with it as far as a first jump goes. What are we at? About the 250 mark? We are indeed at the 250 meter mark for the heavily modified I-Series. I mean, very similar damage, actually. I mean, the van is remarkably intact. Did I actually try to drive the van? That is the question. Oh, I went to tab to a different vehicle, and now we're looking at a covert camera. Can we go back? That's the view we wanted. So well, we know that van's broken. We know this thing here is unhappy. Does this fact the engine certainly does work? Oh, it lost a drive shaft. Okay, so yes, that would not that would not work whatsoever. I was going to say, so far the van is in the best shape. The van is in the best shape in terms of surviving a land. I'm not expecting anything necessarily to survive. Yeah, damage between the I-Series and the van, pretty similar. I mean, actually, I guess I think that's held up well. The roll cage has held up well there. Nothing's been completely decimated on the landing, which is slightly disappointing, really. I mean, that thing's in perfect condition except the engine's in bits, but we ignore that. Let's face it, we are all expecting, as far as distance goes, this competition to be dominated by the drag cars. I'm mostly going to be using base game vehicles. I might find some mod ones I have, but we're going to focus primarily on the more base game cars. And the drag cars are probably the fastest machines that that I have access to. We're going to have a go with the Grand Marshal one. We're going to arm the nitro on this. We're going to launch this car down the drag strip. We've got to get some traction. Once it does grip up, though, it's going to fly along. And here we go. We're going much quicker in this than we've seen before. It's going to be 170 miles an hour as we leave the ramp. It's a big jump for the Grand Marshal. It is, well, it's going to hit the ground. It's going to jump further than the... Oh, it's going to jump almost clean off the platform. It comes to a... It's going to be difficult to beat. Jumps clean of the chariot. Again, I mean, it lands very heavily on the nose. That takes all of the impact. The engine somehow is still good. That engine should not be all good. We've lost the entire front end has basically been pushed back to the firewall, pretty much in there. It's surprisingly, okay, you know, I don't want to be in that car considering the dashboard is at a very bad angle. But it's surprising, like the crash structure from the front back is not too bad. The floor's a bit bumpy, but yeah, I mean, okay, it was a big hit on the floor for the Grand Marshal. And we're going to have to start clearing the whole area if we're going to beat it. We knew the drag cars were going to be good. It was always likely to be the way, and sure enough, that has set a mighty distance. I feel like it might not be the fastest of the drag cars. I feel like there might be something that can beat it. It's going to be tough, but maybe not impossible. I go back to a ridiculously powerful ETK. This is another, it's like Bremen-tuned one. Basically, the fastest versions of these that I can get my hands on. This is the K-Series all-wheel drive. Lots of power. I mean, not quite drag car power, but this is a more kind of sensible road car. We'll launch this. We'll see. Can we get this further than the I-Series? That is going to be the question. It's got some go about it. It's not going to be that far down on the drag car as it hits. I mean, the drag car, say that. The drag car's about 170 as it hit the ramp. This lost a drive shaft on the approach. It's rear-wheel drive. Oh, we're going to beat the I-Series, though. Are we going? Oh, it's a very big hit on the front. We are going to beat... We beat the Chariot as well. That is good. We've lost everything. Again, as expected. It landed more on the side. This one twisted more in the air than some of the other cars. Still, with the shape of the ramp, I think you'll likely just see mostly nosedives. That is definitely one of the heavier damaging impacts. It's twisted the whole front end off to the side. It's torn that whole side off of the car. I mean, there's not a bit on that car that looks in good nick. If you just sort of take this bit of the Grand Marshal, it's almost okay, minus the rear bumper. There's not a bit I can do on this one. Can I do anything on this one? No, the wing fell off. I mean, like that angle, it's... No. What? Oh, that's the... For a second I thought there was a bit of debris floating. Don't mind that. That's just a floating helicarrier if you want to be launching planes off of. So, yeah, I think we have our most destroyed car These high-performance ones are definitely... I mean, okay, again, it rolled a fair bit of the way. Got a good cartwheel going on. That seems to be the trick if you want to get far in this. You definitely need a good cartwheel. Now, this could be a surprise contender. It is the top speed configuration for the Bolide. I don't know whether this is going to be a long enough straight for it. It might not quite have the acceleration of the drag cars. We will have to wait and see. If it can get up to speed, it could be pretty strong. I mean, it has got very little in the way of drag that's good, but that will also mean a lack of downforce. Hopefully it won't wander too much down here. No, it's pretty good. Once you get the power down, that is very quick. Oh, we're going for a backflip. The in-air antics, not great for the car. We're going backwards down here. Oh, and it's always been cut in half, but it has gone further. I don't know where the rear end's gone. Are we measuring it at the front half of the car or the rear half of the car? This was not a... This was not a debate I ever thought I'd have to have. Where did the rear end end up? It's there. There it is. Okay, it didn't end up too far apart. Well, I say that. It is the first vehicle... One of the wheels still works as well. This is amazing. Only one. After all of that, I mean, even if we ignore the fact, okay, the bouncing is being taken into effect for this series, but even just where it hit the ground, it hit away further than the Grand Marshal as well. I love that that's still spinning. I'm not going to do that because the effect of that wheel spinning is actually jumping the rear part of the car back. You know what? We're going to turn that off. The Bolide has been cut in half and it has actually cleared the whole runway. That is a new benchmark. I thought it would be good. I didn't actually think it was going to beat the drag cars. I didn't think it would have time to accelerate up to speed, but I was completely wrong. I mean, it's nicely contained. There's... No, wait. Those are the wheels from the drag car, aren't they? Yes, they are, because this is still got... I thought they were the wheels from this wreck, but no, they're the Grand Marshal's wheels. You know what? We've had a car cut in half. So far, this video is going to plan. We have another silly drag spec vehicle for you. This is the Bastion, one of the more recent additions to Beam. Again, we have got some nitro. Can it beat the Bolide? I think the Bolide's going to win in terms of spectacular crashing. Ooh, this does not have the same traction as some of the other cars. I completely messed the start up. This will get a redo. I forgot the drag cars often run automatic gearboxes. Oh, it's going to get it's complete messed up the start. I think are we gonna land still on the... Oh, we are going to just make it on here. Oh, big disintegration from it. Okay, so considering this was a mess up of the start, we find ourselves in the tree line just a little bit behind the Bolide. If I don't completely beans up the start line, maybe there's a chance for this, you know. Maybe there is a chance for this car. Right, so just fire it and go, basically. Don't have to worry about the gears. Don't mess with those. It will wander a little bit until it bites and finds some traction. There we go. This is savagely fast, this one. Okay, here we go. We're at 180 miles an hour off the ramp. We're not surviving this, I can tell you that much. It's going to nosedive. Oh, it's going to nosedive towards where the Grand Marshal is. However, it flips over the Grand Marshal. It's over the trees! It's made it even further. There's nothing left of the Bastion, but it has gone further. We have a new leader. Damn, that thing's fast. That's what 180 mile an hour off a long jump looks like. The wheels have gone to rest over in there somewhere. I think I've got the... Yeah, I am recording the cursor. We can turn off the nitro. Oh, the Bolide's reign at the top was short-lived. Doesn't matter what half of the car we count. The Bastion's gone further. That's where some of the wheels... Actually, there's two different cars with... Whose is that wheel from? That wheel's from the Bastion. Are they both from the Bastion? Is one the back wheel, maybe? Did it lose all of its wheels? Oh, it's got one wheel still attached. Who knows? They've gone walkabouts. Oh, there's the furthest bit of any car. That would be the other front wheel from the back. How did it get there? Must have bounced over the fence. I mean, we can bet, like, from where the wheel is, you can barely even see the takeoff ramp. That's how far it's gone. I mean, the car's not that much further, you know, down the road. There it is. Is that a bit of the Bolide? I think. Yeah, that's the boot of the Bolide. This is very dumb, but also incredibly good fun. The Bastion now leads this silly championship. You know how I said at the start there'd be bonus points if anything somehow survives this jump? I don't think anything's getting the bonus points somehow. But we have a Zemo, we have the sort of the classic one in hill climb spec. Will not have the same top speed as the drag cars, of course. I mean, it accelerates like mad, this thing. It is still quick, has a lot more aero, so it will have more drag in both acceleration and potentially once it hits the air. The aero will affect the way it flies through the air. It actually flies quite nice and level, this one. We're going to, explode on landing. Oh, it goes further, it gets caught. The I-Series was cheating. The I-Series grabbed hold of the back of the Zemo to stop it. I mean, it was basically coming to a halt anyway. That was not going to roll much further. Just kind of exploded into bits on landing, that car. Debris litters the landing zone. The frame rate is holding up at the moment, all things considered. It's not doing too badly. Yeah, there's going to be more drag on that. It flew surprisingly level, actually. That landed a lot more. I mean, you can actually see it's kind of a good comparison. They're both the same sort of basic body shape, if you like. You can see the I-Series hit very nose in and just crumpled all the front up, whereas the Zemo, it landed a lot flatter. It's kind of banana the chassis a bit, and well, the front end pinged pieces everywhere. I'm going to presume that's the wing that was on the back of it, maybe? Who knows where the wheels have gone? The wheels are somewhere. Could be anywhere at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if there was debris somewhere all the way in that tree line, just like bounced and rolled and flung its way over there. But there we go. It does beat the I-Series, only just. Of course, I know the question you are all asking, and that is, how would Beam's version of Knight Rider fare at a long jump? Maybe one of you was asking it. We have Nitro, though. That's going on the car. No, I don't actually know how fast this is or how strong this is, having not really driven this all that much. It's based on the Wendover. It's very soft in terms of suspension. That might be good. I mean, if it's a true kit, maybe it'll have wings or something in it to help it. Who knows? We're quick-ish. 120 is still fast, but not compared to some of the drag cars that have gone. We are heading towards van territory. Oh crap, we're going to hit the van! No! We got the door of the van. Don't think it actually made much difference. We have made a compact Wendover. Oh, that landed very on the nose. We've rather... Oh dear. The steering wheel is where a person's face would be. Yep. The floor, I mean, the door is kind of, I guess, where it should be. You can see how much the floor's bowed. Yeah, I mean, that did land on the... Didn't crush it in as much as it did on the Grand Marshal. I mean, the Grand Marshal admittedly was going faster, but that put the engine basically all the way to the firewall. It's not quite done that there. Yeah, we did give the van a good clip. The van was in half-decent condition. The van was the best condition of everything on here. Now it had a kit into the kind of roof. It was more of a glancing blow, well, as you could see on that one. Yeah, not quite as fast as I'd hoped it might be, that one. Fun, but yeah. What is it? Just over 200 metres. 210 metres, basically, on the line. It's not a bad score at all, but not going to be challenging the leaders. We're going back to a drag racing vehicle. This is the D-Series in drag racing spec. It's going to have perhaps the same engine as the Grand Marshal, I'm not sure. It's going to have a crazy amount of power, of course, nitro injected and all of that good stuff. Will not quite have the same aero as the Grand Marshal and those sort of drag cars, being a truck body essentially. We will see how it goes. The Speedo is struggling to keep up with it a little bit. It's a little bit freezy. Might be something to do with the amount of vehicles I currently have spawn. It's good. I say it's good. Actually, it's not as big a jump. We're heading towards the pile of... we're over the top of the... whatever it was, Zemo. But that's... yeah... It's not the greatest. I think not the greatest. I was kind of expecting it just didn't quite have the speed. I think the aero's just not quite there. I mean, it's very fast for a pickup truck. Let's not forget. What wheels are those? That might be the Zemo's wheels. Yeah. What the hell is that? Don't know what we landed on. I think the aerodynamics of the truck not quite so great for this one. I mean, it's a great jump, and I mean it did well to bounce over this lot of cars. Slightly unfortunate for it is I have to grab the brakes as soon as it lands. It wasn't cartwheeling, it actually landed and stayed on its wheels, so it could get slowed down. I say get slowed down to a degree. The sand here actually slows them down quite quickly as well. But yeah, narrowly missed. Making that crash worse. It's a very good, it's a very big jump from the D series, but not up there with the top contenders. Now, this next vehicle is called the Insanity Police. It's essentially a drag racing Moonhawk with the police light stuck on the top. It should go a long way. The drag cars have been, unsurprisingly, very good at this. If we can get it pointing in a straight line, which we do just about. Jeez, this thing is rapid. Holy crap, this is fast. It's going to be up there with the Bastion in terms of speed off the ramp, although I hit the ramp wrong. We might have to have another go. I twisted it on the ramp. It will have lost momentum to a degree, I think, because it's clipped the ramp as it went up. It twists and falls off the side. Yeah, I'm going to want to try that one again, as we did not really hit the ramp straight on in this. It's so savage in terms of the takeoff. It just wants to spin the wheels. This thing has got unbelievable amounts of power going on. That's better on the ramp. Here we go. Can it beat the Bastion? It's going, unsurprisingly, a long way. It's heading towards the I-Series. It does not going to beat the Bastion. It's into the trees. It beats the Grand Marshal, however, it didn't get the bounce on the landing that it needed. It has cleared the runway. It's third place. It's third place, but yeah, it's not going to be that. It is one hell of an impressive wreck. Not that you can sadly really see it where it's landed. It's basically pulled the body off of the frame. There's what's left of the frame kind of just hanging on there at a very silly angle. There's barely anything left of that. Everything's twisted at the front. However, it's not as far as the Bolide over here. Yeah, the Bastion is still our leader. Now, the frame rate is starting to have some issues, so we're going to ramp this up for the final couple of mad vehicles and hope the game doesn't have a death. This is the Twin Mill Drag Hopper. It's got nearly 3,000 horsepower. It's ridiculous, and if I can keep it in a straight line, it's going to be going phenomenally fast when it leaves the ramp. It might be terrible in the air because, I mean, it's a rubbish shape. I have no idea. I might struggle to keep it under control heading towards the ramp. As you can see, it jumps about a lot. In fact, oh dear, we have had trouble keeping it under control heading towards the ramp. I'm going to struggle to use, it's going to be quicker just to reset it back here. It's going to be a real struggle to use all 3,000 horsepower. It simply doesn't have the grip to do it. It really wants to pull this one. Oh dear. I mean, it's going very quick. Bad things are happening. It's taken the jump badly. It might roll. It rolls nicely, I'll give it that. It does roll nicely, at least. Okay, considering that was a terrible run and it was 160 miles an hour, I might end up, let's say, throwing the three. I want to see what this can do, but trying to keep why does it pull? If it didn't pull, it wouldn't be too bad. The thing pulls so badly to the right that I can't even go close to full throttle in it. What? This is silly, is what it is. It's absolutely insane. I mean, the best thing is the engine somehow survived that one. That's not in the worst condition. Why does this pull so badly? Hold on, let's go. Do we reckon trying to drive it from first person might be easier? I don't know. I do love the detail of this. It's a fantastically wacky mod, this. Yeah, it just yanks the vehicle to the side. I'm desperately trying to get it to full throttle, but I just can't. I don't know how fast we're going here. Oh dear! very bad things have happened. Where did the rest of it go? Oh, there it is. There's the body from it, I think. Well, I mean, something happened to the yellow jacket at least. It was involved in some excitement. In fact, it actually hit the back of the yellow jacket so hard it almost tore the body off of it. It tore the body off the hopper. Oh dear, that is a wreck. I'm going to have one more crack with it. I think it's just too powerful and too out of control. I'm not really surprised, let's face it. Come on, vehicle. I'm trying to ramp the power up. Here we go. I'm just going to hit the throttle now and hope. I mean, if we stay even vaguely close to the landing strip, it'll be good. We are away from it. We're going to find some trees. Ooh, we found a tunnel. Wait, I'm supposed to go on the brakes, aren't I? The brakes are shattered and nothing works to stop it. Well, I mean, we've got somewhere. Oh! We've actually basically got to the same point as the Bastion. It's not going to count by virtue of it did this well off of the... I think it actually does... I think it's almost dead heat with the Bastion. I mean, it doesn't really count in that it managed to skate its way down a concrete smooth tunnel and it was off the landing zone and everything. Can't believe, though, that is almost perfectly in line. Perfectly in line with the Bastion over there. That is actually quite incredible, all the things that could have gone on. Right, we've got one more vehicle to go, I think, because the frame rate is now starting to not enjoy this too much. Of course, the final vehicle to tackle this long jump competition is going to be the JATO Powered Bus. I think my biggest concern for this, I mean, it's probably not going to be going as quick as some of the... It might go as quick as the trackhouse. I don't really know. We're going to fire it up and find out here. It may go as quick as them. It may lose all its speed when we hit the ramp because just the bus body is going to be awkward. It's definitely going rapid here. I'm going to let off the rockets because I could technically power this in the air, which I can't do with any other vehicles. We soar through the air. Oh, it bounces. It's into the trees. I mean, it's not bad. Actually, I said I wasn't going to power in the air. We're going to use this. Can be the benchmark. The engine fell out of the back, I've just noticed. But I mean, it's actually quite an impressive monument here, I'm not going to lie. This is quite an impressive sculpture to long jumping that we have here. It's actually quite cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. You know, I don't want to reset that. That can stay there. I know my frame rate is going to hate me for this. I'm sorry, but I'm going to spawn in another bus. I kind of want to leave that there. I mean, the frame rate is not doing too bad. Considering what I'm asking it to do here, it isn't actually doing all too terribly. I can definitely tell that it is struggling with what we're asking it to do. But it is not doing terribly badly. Right, let's go and grab a new one of these. We will just turn it... Oh, no, wait. Need to put it in reverse. We will turn it round. So, I mean, we're not... I don't think with the standard... With just the rockets, I don't think it's going to beat that Bastion. It's not going to do it. Okay, I mean, we hit the tree, sure, but even if we'd been on course, I don't think we were going to. However, because it's going about the same speed when it leaves the ramp, and this is a lot worse in terms of aerodynamics. However, if I keep the rocket on, we can maybe get some sneaky distance. Fly, bus, fly! Okay, I'm going to turn them off now because we're starting to twist backwards and anything would be counterintuitive. Or counterproductive, I should say. Oh, we're going to go... Oh, no, we're not going to beat the Bastion because we found another tree to wrap ourselves around. Even cheating, we couldn't do it. The bus just likes to make shapes around a tree. Look at that. I mean, is that the cape? Has the cape come off and the cape has decorated a different tree? Sorry for the slightly janky nature of this. the game is starting to, yeah, not enjoy this. The cape has found a tree to plant itself on. The bus is wrapped around a different tree, and even with us slightly cheating, it didn't technically beat the Bastion. I mean, if it had hit anywhere other than a tree, it might have done. Although it might have hit like this mountain face and rolled backwards, to be fair. It might have gone pinged off that and then rolled back, which, you know, could happen in this. You know, the winner we're going to have to declare in this little silly long jump tournament is going to be the drag racing Bastion. Over here, it jumped the furthest of all of the vehicles. I do think the Bolide, the top speed spec Bolide, is my favourite, and certainly favourite crash in that it managed to tear itself apart, and it actually did surprise me with how well it got up to speed. And sort of controllability and everything. We have a Moonhawk buried in some trees over here. Coming a bit further back, Grand Marshal drag car was good, just not quite good enough in all of this. We have the K series. We have the the lift off the throttle bus that didn't use the JATO while in the air. That sculpture going on. Did that get turned around by something? Maybe. Don't remember it pointing that way. I could be wrong, though. I could have forgotten in the length of recording this. We have the Chariot up next. We have got the D series, didn't quite jump as far. We have the little cluster of Zemo just out jumping the I series. We then have Kit, who managed to land on the Curious Caravan, or whatever it was. Curiosity Caravan, there we go. We then have a relatively high-spec Covet. I mean, this is always the bit of the benchmark one, and we had some very silly vehicles that went after it. It's got bits of the... Hold on, is that from the Twin Mill? That blue... It's either the Twin Mill or it's from the Drag D series. I don't know why the Drag D series would have left... Did it? Maybe it was part of the wing that came with the Drag D series that's impaled itself on the Covet? That's the only thing I can think of. What? Oh, that's the bumper from the Grand Marshal. Okay, I was just right. What's the? That was a bit from the yellow jacket. That doesn't really count. It was the bit of debris that fell off the soonest. But then we have the yellow jacket that blew its engine to pieces. But it did at least get crashed. You know, some good came from it. And then there's a twin mill somewhere in a hole. This was awesome. This is really good fun. As I said at the start, this map is amazing. You should definitely go and check it out. I shall put a link to it in the description of this video if you want to, yeah, go and try it yourself, mess around, whether it be with long jumping or any of the multitude of other things that you can do around here. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.